So it's been 9 months since I last did a video about the market update. And pretty much a lot has happened in a way since then. Prices continue to actually rise quite a significant amount since that last video. Watches like this Daytona Panda surprisingly reached almost $40,000, which even 9 months ago, I would have thought not sure it'd go that high. But right in the middle of the summer of 2021, we've obviously seen things kind of reach a peak, if not go down a little bit. I mean, some will say it's the start of the crash of the market and blah, blah. I mean, look, what I personally think is that it happens every year. Summer, things slow down. Why? Well, people are going on vacation. They're focusing on more other things, more leisure, things of that nature. So the market will soften up a bit throughout the summer, and then they take off when fall holiday season comes around. The only difference was last year in 2020, we didn't see that effect because we had a giant interruption to our normal lives because of the obvious that we all know by now. So that's the only difference I would say from last year. But going through all the brands, let's start with Rolex. Rolex, I feel that all of the heavy pieces, some of the strong heavy pieces like the Meteorite, GMTs, maybe the Platinum Prezzies, some of the more hard to get watches, the yellow gold green dial, I feel that those have softened up a little bit. There's been a little bit of a kick in the market there and they've kind of softened up. But when it comes to the simple steel models like the Datejust and the Submariners and the new Explorers and stuff like that, they kind of held out pretty strong. With the Hulk or the Batman Jubilee or the previous version, kind of seem the same. There hasn't been much of a correction. One watch that really has softened up that I've seen is the Deep Sea. Doesn't matter whether it's the James Cameron, but especially the black dial. Just not really getting a lot of traction right now. Not sure if that is the market. I think it's pretty much more about people don't want such a big watch, so it has softened up big time. Daytonas and stainless steel have actually still kind of stayed the same range. Yeah, they probably took a little dip, maybe a couple grand, if that, but they are still holding incredibly strong. Patek Philippe is back stronger than ever in prices. I mean, 5980 rose gold is at $250,000 pretty much. And the Aquanauts are the ones that, in my opinion, have surprised me the most on how strong the prices have gotten. I feel like 2 weeks ago, the 5164 was at a certain price, and then whoop, $15,000 more. So although things have softened up a bit in the summer, I feel that Patek is still holding strong. And what people are generally expressing, in my opinion, when they say that the market has gotten soft is the rise has stopped. Prices, we were seeing them just climbing, climbing, climbing. And right now, right in the middle of the summer, there's been just a dead halt. I keep saying it over and over. It's the summer. People are actually vacationing this year. Unlike last year where things were a bit different, this year people are going out. People are focusing more on taking their families out and doing long extended vacations, much needed of course. But what I've seen on my angle of the market is that Patek has definitely maintained no dramatic shifts in the market. Again, a little bit of a correction all throughout the board. Everything has softened up a little bit. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now and don't miss any of the new content. Richard Mille. Now, RM is that brand that right now I feel has softened up. You know, when we talk about it in between Rolex, Audemars, and Patek, I feel like Richard Mille is that one brand that saw a lot of growth the last 6-7 months. Very fast. Too fast, almost. Whereas everything kind of did a gradual increase, Richard Mille went to the moon pretty much. Now, right now, I feel like they have softened up. I don't know what it is exactly, but for example, the RM1103 took a dip, a pretty heavy dip. Right now, if I was holding 10 to 15 Richard Milles, I'd be a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. Part of the problem, I think, is maybe perhaps there just isn't that many end users for that watch right now at the prices that they're at. Some of the guys hear the prices when they're quoted and they think, I don't want it. They're just not really turned on by the market prices right now. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know that, again, the market right now is not so much that it's softened, it's just slow because of the summer. But Richard Mille is one of those brands that you might wanna watch right now because there was way too much of an increase in the prices. And right now, I just don't see that many end users willing to dish out all that coin for those watches. Still a couple models within there that have held pretty nice. RM30s, the standard RM11, the first generation, but some of the really, really exotic ones, I don't know, they've done some pretty interesting kicks. I feel like the spread is just way too large on those watches right now. This could be that moment of that correction that we've been waiting for quite some time, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe now at the end of this summer and the fall starts with the whole holiday season, it's done it before, things might jump right back up with that brand. I guess it could also have been that in the past year, there's been a boom in the crypto space and in this, there's been a pandemic boom for some people, not everyone. And I don't know, maybe they just doubled up and went hard and went straight for the RMs, and maybe that caused a little bit of that rise, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I mean, I don't see the prices just deflating and the market crashing down with that brand, but I would say that out of all of them, they are the ones that have experienced the biggest correction as of right now. Last but not least, AP. Audemars, it's pretty much a consistent brand. I mean, between Audemars, Patek, and Rolex, I feel like they navigate the water together. You usually don't see a big shift in one and not in the other, or vice versa. 15500s are still in the same price range. You're gonna be a little bit over 40,000 for them, which is pretty impressive considering that they're shipping out and the product is available. Not that you can walk into the AD and get one, but they're out there. They're not that hard to acquire. But, again, I feel that there's been a correction between all three of those brands of anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. That's it. Haven't seen really too many models that have softened up right now. I wanted to bring this up because a lot of people have been saying that the market is crashing, it's slow. I just think it's slow because of the summer. Prices are pretty much the same throughout. Little bit of correction like it's been happening over and over. I haven't seen any dramatic decreases in the market with those three brands. Richard Mille, there's been a bit of a correction. So feel free to comment below what you think about the current state of the watch market. And if you like this video, like and share it. Also, subscribe to my new YouTube channel.